Hello YouTube, welcome to another one of my Duel Links videos. Today I have for you a sort of a warrior beatdown deck that was suggested to me by Pichu Lover, a very active member on both my Discord and my streams, my channel. So shout outs to her. The deck she sent me was not exactly like this. I made a few changes, but the basic idea stayed the same. For example, she was running full Elemental Hero Wild Heart. I threw in 2 Spell Strider just because I really wanted to use the card. I love the looks of it, so I threw it in here. I used this deck during the stream, so if you catch the stream, you already saw you know what the deck can do. All these replays happen during stream. You know. Let's go over the deck list. We have 2 Spell Strider. If this card is in your hand, you can target 2 face-up spell cards on the field, 1 from each side of the field, banish them, and if you do, special summon this card. So the cards that you can banish are obviously any of your equipped spells. You can also banish your field spell, but because field spells are really not in the meta right now, besides Sea Stealth Attack, Legendary Ocean, that effect didn't actually come up that much. It was mainly here as an 1800 beater, so you can replace it with any other 1800 beater you want. As I mentioned, Elemental Hero Wild Heart, even a third one of them would work. 1 Man-Eater Bug, 3 Boxer, which is I guess the main beater of this deck. It really comes in clutch against things such as Sylvans if you're able to destroy a monster, because once you have a counter on Boxer, they won't be able to destroy with Martial Leaf. If you're able to equip Fusion Sword, Murasame Blade, they won't be able to destroy the equipped card with their Komashrumo either, so they pretty much have a 2800 beater to deal with. Which is pretty good. Boxer does get protected from both battle and destruction per counter it has, so it's a really clutch card. We have 1 4-star Ladybug of Doom. This card is really good against Amazoness, which obviously we are seeing a lot of in the meta. Besides Amazoness Queen, Princess, and the little tiger or whatever, all the monsters are level 4, so if you resolve 4-star Ladybug, most of the times you're gonna win against Amazoness because it just gives you so much advantage. You're able to destroy 2 monsters with it. It's just amazing. 1 DD Warrior is a nice tech to get rid of anything that you can't destroy by card effect, with your Super Rush or stuff like that. If you're going up against Cyber Angels and they have a Saphira or stuff like that, with protection, DD Warrior is your answer for that. And then the 2 Wild Heart. I originally was running Wild Heart at 1, and I had 3 Spell Striders, but I went with 2 because of just how many Amazoness decks I was running into. And as I mentioned, you could either even bump this to 3, because 1 Wild Heart with an equipped spell against Amazoness is pretty much game. Their only out is enemy controller to that. So Wild Heart is pretty clutch. I threw in 1 Mage Power because we're running the equip spells, we have a lot of back row, and we also have our field spell, which counts towards the effect of Mage Power. So instead of throwing another Warrior equip, I just went with 1 Mage Power. The 3 Fusion Sword, Murasame Blade, 800 attack boost is just too good. You can use something like either Storm or Release Restraint Wave if you're worried about back row. I didn't use it because I hate top decking Release Restraint Wave, and that happened to me a lot in previous equip spell decks, so I didn't go with Release Restraint Wave, but it's a really good card. 2 Super Rush, 3 enemy controllers, pretty basic. Really spell heavy so that I can run 1 Treacherous Trap Hole. I don't want to run any more traps because I hate the idea of Treacherous Trap Hole being a dead card. So I just go with the 1, that way I can activate it any times. You can even activate it if your opponent only controls 1 monster and you have a Wild Heart, because Wild Heart is unaffected, so you'll only destroy their monster. We're using Fields of the Warriors, Joey's skill. But that's enough as far as deck list. The deck is pretty simple. I just wanted to go over the cards for those of you that are not familiar with them. And if you guys saw this deck during the stream and you're here watching this video supporting the channel, you guys are the real MVPs. So thanks so much to all of you. We got Joey on Joey. We're going second, which is nice. It's nice getting that extra card. When I saw the grid, I knew that more than likely it was going to be Sylvans. That's a very common deck nowadays. And we see the carrier weight champion right away. So I go with my boxer and I have an enemy controller. I was able to destroy the carrier weight, so now my my boxer is protected from, you know, being destroyed. And that comes pretty clutch because he does mill a Martial Leaf right away. Because, you know, Sylvan players are always going to get what they need. So I take my counter off and I'm able to keep my monster in the field. I summon Spell Strider, put the Fusion Sword on my boxer, so I have a 2800 beater in defense mode, unfortunately. And here, when I saw he wasted his I cannot speak today. Carrot Weight Champion, and he did not mill or put in the grave a Rose Lover. So when he hard summoned into this Guardioak, instead of letting him mill and gain advantage, I went for the Econ take right away because I can get rid of this Guardian Oak with my boxer, right? So I do just that. I get a counter on my boxer, so I have protection once again. And he's forced to just set a monster. The counter also works with Treacherous Trap Hole, so instead of attacking into a Komashrumo and, you know, letting him gain some sort of advantage, I use my Treacherous Trap Hole right away, get the counter off my card. It was a Komashrumo, pick up another boxer, and his grid does not trigger, so I win the game right there. Justice all around against that Sylvan player. Alright, I just drank some water, so hopefully I can speak now. I feel like I haven't recorded in forever and now I can't speak. Got Yami Yugi against Joey Wheeler. BFFs, allegedly. Got my Fields the Warriors. Anytime you open up with Treacherous Trap Hole, like, I feel so good about that game already. And when I saw the Amazoness whole ordeal is swarming the board with monsters so that they can banish whatever you control with Onslaught. So both DD Warrior and Treacherous Trap Hole are gonna help me, you know, get rid of that advantage that they get. I'm gonna see the Baby Tiger being summoned, so I use my Trap Hole on both of the Swordswomen. He decides not to attack into my DD Warrior, which would have been value for me because they both would have been banished and then he's on a, you know, top deck situation. Whereas if this goes to the grave, he can bring it back as long as he summons another Amazoness. But luckily for me, I have Wild Heart, so I'm not worried about Amazoness Onslaught as long as I have him on the field. We're gonna see the enemy controller. I don't go for the trade, I decide to wait and, you know, let him take the damage and go for it. I figured he was gonna try to summon a monster. Luckily I have the enemy controller so I can protect my Wild Heart. And I pick up another one, which is super clutch because my opponent is actually running Amazoness Destiny Draw. So his Destiny draws into another Amazoness Sage. Use the enemy controller and then we get the nice scoop. Amazoness Destiny Draw, man. Because why not, I guess. I did get kind of lucky in that game, but you know, he's not running Restart, he's not running anything to help him draw into his Amazoness Princess, so that's the decision you make when you go Destiny Draw, I guess. Got an Esther Phoenix here, Destiny Heroes, and once again we open up Treacherous Trap Hole and it's just gonna give us so much advantage. More than likely he had the I thought he had the max change, which he did, but I'm still getting value. He's activating his max change prematurely. He goes for the anti-magic arrows, but it doesn't matter because what I have is a Man-Eater bug. So look at that. Just look at the advantage. He already has 5 cards in grave. I destroyed 3 monsters and I made him use his anti-magic arrows and his max change. Like, there's no Destiny Hero Celestial. He's not gonna gain any more advantage. This pretty much gives me the win here. We see the Twister. This was very smart in his part. because obviously Fusion Sword cannot be destroyed once it's equipped to a monster, but because he chained to it, his link is going to resolve first. So Fusion Sword does not equip itself to a Spell Trider because it didn't fully resolve. So then he's able to destroy it. I hit him for 2000. Doesn't get anything, it has to surrender. Once again, Treacherous Trap Hole, just super clutch, man. Like, it feels so good. Just all you need to do is run one of them. 9 times out of 10, you're gonna be happy that you drew into it. The one time was the one time you're gonna need a monster and you're gonna top deck it. You'll feel bad, but keep it in the deck, man. It's a great card. Feels the Warriors. I wasn't sure what this Maya was running. I didn't see a skill, so either restart. Yeah, I guess it had to be restart. Restart Amazonas. Once again, I have Treacherous Trap Hole, so I could have used it, but I don't even need to. I have 4-star Ladybug. Just look at the insane value I get this tool. We're gonna get a 2-for-1 with 4-star Ladybug. He obviously gets to banish my 4-star Ladybug, which doesn't matter. I use my enemy controller because I don't want him destroying my Treacherous Trap Hole. No reason to attack into the Amazonas and get banished. I knew he was gonna get greedy because that's how Amazonas players are, and was gonna summon another monster. I have my Treacherous Trap Hole, so once again I get a 2-for-1, and I have my other second boxer to just finish the duel. Easiest win against Amazonas, man. Great value from 4-star Ladybug. And for our last duel, we got a Crowler, a fellow Hazy Flame player. But he made a crucial mistake, man, and we're gonna talk about it. Got my Fields to Warriors, which unfortunately helps his Hazy Beast Sphinx. I didn't know what I was going up against, so I just went with setting 4-star Ladybug. Now he's using Mausoleum of the Emperor, which is not the mistake here. That's an okay card to run with Hazy Flames. I personally like the 20 monster version that my boy YT Dan, used, and the one that I've used myself. But this works. He calls monsters, gets a second Hazy Flame Sphinx, so he does not get betrayed. I'm gonna take 2700 damage, so I'm really low. However, this is the one time where Spell Strider comes in pretty clutch. I'm able to banish my Sogen and the Mausoleum. Unfortunately, I don't pick up another monster, so I use my Fusion Sword, get rid of one Hazy Flame Sphinx, and here I was feeling pretty good because if he goes beatdown, he can only crash. Actually, if he goes beatdown, yeah, if he went beatdown right here, I would have lost. I completely forgot about this because that's plus 600. I would have lost right there, but my boy gets greedy, goes for the Mausoleum of the Emperor, and makes the one mistake that as a Hazy player you cannot make. He put a targetable monster on the field. This is a no-no. You don't want anything that your opponent can target. So this actually gives me the win. He goes for the beatdown. I go for the Econ Cheese. I top deck like a god another monster. Econ Cheese for a second time and finish him off with his own Chaos Hunter. So not only did he put a targetable monster on the field, he also paid 2000 life points to put said monster on the field when he already had game. Yeah, when I played him, I didn't realize the mistake was that bad. I thought he actually needed the Chaos Hunter to have game, but he didn't need it. Like, he's playing into a wall disruption. SMH, man, SMH, as my boy Ethan says. But anyway, this is the deck. Shoutouts to Pichu Lover again for sharing the deck. I thought it was a lot of fun. Boxer is a great card. I just got my third one not too long ago, actually, so it was good to be able to use it. And like I said, if you want to try this deck out and you're running into a lot of Amazonas, just increase the Wild Heart, if you want to throw another ladybug, I guess, instead of the man-eater bug. But this ratio just really worked, so I didn't want to mess with it too much. That's gonna be it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, like, comment, and subscribe if you want. Join my Discord if you haven't. The link will be down in the description, along with my PayPal link if you guys want to support my channel, support my content. I really appreciate that. And till next time.